Alright guys, what's going on? Today I got a good video for you guys. I'm going to be showing you guys my 4 top wonder baits that I like to use. What I found that works the best for me, and also what I found produces the biggest fish, you know. So without further ado, we're just going to get right into it. So my first one right here, I like to use a underspin with a swim bait. This is just the Exus 4-inch swim bait. I think the color's Pearl Shine or something like that. I'll be doing an underwater video too, so that you guys can see the way that it, you know, the action under the water. But for me personally, like these swim baits right now, especially when the fish are pretty slow moving, anything that has a lot of movement, like that's my go-to for any time in the cold, for sure. Because I know once, you know, the pre-spawn starts, I'm gonna be throwing a lot more chatterbaits, probably some more swim baits, just anything that has a real good movement. I mean, you want to simulate that real tight movement like shad, you know. And for me, you know, I found the best blow-ups, honestly, with swim baits or spinner baits or jerk baits or crank baits or anything like that. But this is probably my #1 go-to here. My second one is a square bill. This one right here is actually my... shoot. Hook myself. Alright, anyways. Second one here is a crankbait. This one's made by Bass Pro Shop. That's just the Bass Pro XPS version. This is the Sexy Shad color. I like to use a lot of square bills. I wasn't really a believer of these until recently. You know, I was always scared that I was going to get stuck in the weeds or in a rock. The biggest thing with the crankbait is you can't be afraid to like get it down. You know, you want to feel those rocks down at the bottom. I fish these real close to the shore right now because obviously, if you don't know, when the bass are feeding in the wintertime, they're normally pushing the shad up against the rocks, and that's how they're actually, you know, pinning them down close, and they're able to get them faster and better. So I throw that just because, like I said, it has a lot of really good action. It actually has, I want to say this one has rattles in it. Let me see if I can do it without hooking myself again. Okay, no, this one doesn't have rattles. But like I said, the movement on this is like, it's amazing. Like you can feel it all the way through the rod, especially if you got a really good cranking rod. I found that those work the best because really whenever you go to set the hook, you just got to ease into them. You know, you're not having to freaking rip back and throw your back out and do all that craziness in order to set the hook on a fish. The next one I have is actually the same color pattern. It's the Sexy Shad pattern, but this is a lipless crankbait. These ones for sure have a rattle in them. Let me freaking show you on here. And when I say these things are good, I mean these things are good. When you're freaking reeling them up, you can hear them coming up from the side of the boat, probably 4 to 5 feet. You can hear the rattles while it's still in the water, you know. So I mean, anything that you can throw that makes noise and movement and stuff like that to simulate, you know, shad running away, you know, that's probably the best thing I would recommend for any of you guys. Now, I'm not saying Sexy Shad's the only color you could throw. I normally throw like an orange crawl pattern as well, but these are just some of the ones that I wanted to show you guys that, you know, recently I've been catching them on really good, but I do catch them on the crawl pattern a lot. I notice whenever the water's a little clearer, you want to throw more natural colors, and you normally hook up on them pretty quick. And whenever it's darker, I like to throw something that has a little bit of brightness to it, so that way it stands out more in all the dark water. And then my last one, if I'm doing any kind of flipping or jig fishing or anything like that, I'll throw this is a Strike King jig, and it's just a green pumpkin and purple. And the trailer I got on it is just a Havoc Pit Boss. Same thing, it's green pumpkin and purple flake. Man, when I tell you, like, this color is amazing, like, first of all, I didn't even know they made a jig that was green pumpkin and purple, but ever since I found it, like, man, I swear by this thing is probably one of the best freaking baits that you could throw, whether your water's, you know, dirty, clear, anything. Like, this thing, the movement on it's amazing. It's got a big skirt on it, you know, and I mean, I just produce really good fish on this. So, like I said, I'm gonna switch this video over to So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you guys like it, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everything that you guys done for me. And without further ado, that will conclude today's video.